Good evening, everyone. Are there any questions about the update agenda tonight? All right, questions about the formal agenda? Just do some housekeeping. I have the land acknowledgement is John tonight.
Yes, ma'am.
We have several presentations tonight. So the first one is 7A, which is the Early Care and Education Provider Appreciation Day. Is that you, Chair? All right, 7B is Jewish Heritage. I have John.
Yes, ma'am.
7C is Asian American Pacific Islander. I have Drew. 7D is Mental Health Awareness.
You can do that one.
Oh. And E is National Police Week. I have Babe. All right, we have two quasi judicial public hearings, or two items for the hearings. A is a resolution concerning the conceptual site plan.
I'll do that one.
You guys say it's in Ward 3, but go for it. Oh, sorry, the next one is Ward 3. All right, so Justin. And then the next one is 470, which is Ward 3.
I'll do that one. No, you're right.
Right, and then we have an action item as well, which is 14A. It's repealing, it's an ordinance repealing and replacing 38-214. Want that one, Chris? Right. Tansy, anything from you?
Just one brief announcement. We had been coordinating with 27J for a joint opportunity for the two boards to meet. We had proposed May 13th, but it was going to have to be a slightly modified time to account for the walk in the ward in Ward 2. 27J is going to continue to look propose a different date. That's it for me.
Okay. Thank you. All right, we will jump into these always exciting, never disappointing state legislative update.
Take the floor.
All right. Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem, and members of council. We're here to give the state update. I believe before we get started, Peggy is joining us virtually, so I just want to make sure that she can hear us.
I can, thank you.
All right. So being mindful of your agenda, we'll just jump right into it. So we will just start with providing some key updates on bills that the city has taken position on. So I will ask Peggy to provide some updates.
Sure, you bet. Thank you all for having us this evening. A couple quick updates on some of the bills that we're tracking. 1119, which is the bill that authorized local governments and special districts in Colorado to impose property tax on land at a higher mill levy rate than on improvements on that land. Creating a split rate property tax system was killed in House Finance Committee. I think that happened since we met last time, so that one is gone, as is 1114, which was the minimum lot size bill. We took an opposed position on that bill, and that was also postponed indefinitely in the Senate. House Bill 1308, we still have not heard from the governor's office on suggestions that we made. This was the lot splitting bill, and we had made several suggestions to the governor's office, have not heard back. I keep pinging them, asking them for what amendments they're going to offer in committee, and have not gotten those yet. But I will share those with staff as soon as I get those. That bill is calendared for committee in the Senate on Thursday. And I'm sorry, was somebody saying something?
No, keep going.
Okay, perfect. I'll keep plugging along. Senate Bill 70, this was the bill that we took an opposed position on license plate readers. This bill has been parked on the Senate floor for second reading. The bill sponsor has shared with me that she does not believe she has the votes to get this off the Senate floor at this point. So she's trying to figure out what she's going to do. I think the bill probably does not get through the Senate, but she's trying to figure out if there's amendments she can bring or if she should just take this bill back up next year. The governor has indicated he continues to have strong concerns with the bill. So even if she gets it through the legislature, it's going to have a tough time, I think, not getting vetoed by the governor. So that one is parked for right now, but should have some action here in the next couple weeks. Senate Bill 150, I just got out of the House Transportation Committee today. That bill has been amended and taken some positive turns. I sent Kent and Kevin the latest language. So lots of amendments. They'll probably take a minute to have to go through those. But the good news is on that bill, we had a couple of regional amendments that were being discussed and a reduction in the number of signatures required to get on the ballot. There's been some positive things to make it less Denver focused. I think there's continued amendments that folks are trying to get in that space. Our suggestion about keeping those seats all elected doesn't seem to have any real legs with legislators at this point. I think they believe that having some of those seats appointed really is critical to reflecting legislation that meets the goals of the advisory committee that met and issued a report. The bill will probably be on second reading, if not later on this week, definitely next week in the House. But there have been some good amendments that have been put on the bill to make it less Denver centric, which I think has been positive. A quick update, the front range passenger rail had not been introduced last time we met. That bill has since been introduced and does not include Thornton in the taxing district. So that is some very good news. That's Senate Bill 172. And that's the bill that is creating the taxing district around the Front Range passenger rail. So right now we're not in it, which is great. We'll continue to keep an eye out for that one and make sure that we are not included in that bill. And then the next one we had, and I don't know, Kevin, any comments or questions that you want to add in?
Yeah, before we
Yeah,
get
sorry.
into new bills, just thinking about the bills that we've already taken positions on, it sounds like the last update we did get some direction on the Senate Bill 150 to amend, amend the bill to see if they're all elected. It doesn't sound like that's going to happen, so just
Right.
council wants to remain in the amend position, or so we'll keep suggesting that, but it's like it still has another chamber to go through. So. And then before we move on to the new bills, let's just see if there were any other questions on any of the bills that Senate has positions on.
Doesn't seem like it.
All right. Well, Peggy beat me to jump on the update on 172, but we also did want to talk about 176, and then there's one other bill that's not listed here that we wanted to just provide a quick update. So Peggy, do you want to provide the update on 176?
You bet. Sorry, I got a little ahead of myself there. 176 is a bill that was introduced to create a state level cause of action for violations of federal constitutional rights. It's set to mirror federal civil rights law under 42 USC 1983. The bill allows injured parties to sue in state court for deprivation of constitutional rights, and it creates a new state cause of action against public employees in state courts for alleged violations. And this bill has been opposed by CML and several municipalities. The concern really centers around the idea that public employees and elected officials are now going to be brought into potentially these lawsuits. So there's a big push by the public entities, CCI, CML, those folks, to try to put the kibosh on this bill and oppose it at this point.
I get what they're trying to do. I don't
Yeah.
think this is the right way to get it done. And you said CML is opposing?
Yes.
And I would add that I've talked to legal counsel for our insurance provider, Sursa, and they are also in opposition to this bill.
So council okay with taking an opposed position for those reasons? Right.
All right, and then the last bill, again, not listed here, but just wanted to look for some council direction on and talk about is House Bill 261011. This bill is on its way to the governor for signature. The bill prohibits pet stores from selling, leasing, or transferring ownerships of dogs and cats. The effective date is January 1st, 2028. So while the city does not currently have any pet stores that are selling cats and dogs, it does provide this gap right now where theoretically a business could come and open up a store from basically you can sell dogs and cats from now until January 1st of 2028. So just looking for a little bit of direction if council would want to look at updating our local ordinance to reflect the legislation that will go into effect, or if council would just like to keep it as is.
Roberta?
I'd like to look at updating the ordinance because I've had residents bring that to my attention as well about that being an issue, although they weren't at the time sure if this would pass, but I think it's something that might be advantageous just to make sure we don't have any issues with that up until this is in effect.
And it's just for stores, right? So if somebody's breeding them in their home, they can still sell them?
That's right. It's for pet stores. Yep.
I mean, it sounds prudent to update our ordinances. Anybody object?
We literally just shut down one of these mills. a month ago, So.
All right.
Thank you. So that's the list of our bills, but open it up to council for any other bills that you may all want to discuss.
Anyone else have any bills that they've heard of coming? I mean, we're down to the last couple weeks, so.
2 weeks in a day.
It's not good. I don't have any good. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, you guys. Have a good one.
All right, and next on our agenda is exec session. Before we do that, anybody have any items they want to bring up? All right, I will go ahead and call to order the special meeting. Can I please get a roll call? Here.
Here.
Councilmember Alges.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Ayala. Here. Councilmember Byrd.
Here.
Councilmember Martinez.
Here.
Councilmember Morris.
Here.
Councilmember Russell.
Here.
Councilmember Salazar. Here. President Cronin.
This is important. Thank you. Before I ask for a motion, can I get the purpose of the executive session for tonight? Sorry, Tammy.
Okay.
The purpose of the executive session.
Executive session, we would like to discuss with council in executive session, the ongoing agreement, the development agreement for the Partier subdivision and certain issues we are having under that agreement so that you can receive legal advice and you can instruct us as your negotiators.
Any questions? And what would the motion be?
And the motion would be a motion for an executive session pursuant to Colorado Revised Statutes 246402(4)B and E to confer with the city attorney for purposes of receiving legal advice regarding potential strategies going forward related to the ongoing development of the Partier subdivision and to provide instruction to negotiators regarding the same.
Can I get that motion? That's
So
moved.
moved.
Thank you. Yeah, second.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Yes. Any opposed, please say no. All right, we will move to executive session. Give us a moment with the recording.